Hello again. Managed to get out after a fashion, a bit later than normal again. It isn't even normal for me to get out later, isn't it? Anyway, it's been raining and I've got a little window now. Here's the weather forecast, there we are. As you can see, it's due to start coming down quite heavy later on, but it's starting about 12 and it's now about 11:30. So let's see what we can do, eh? Let's see what we can do. Here I am in my raincoat. Crazy. Raincoat in June, eh? Who'd have thunk it? Some Lido bunnyage. Oh, Peter Rabbit. Got a few people out and about. Gonna have a quick blast along the wall just to get some steps in. But it's not gonna be the main meat of the video today. I wanna go along the seafront. Got some pictures to do along there. Here we go, seawall. At the moment with the wind blocker off. So we can keep it off, eh? Hello, train with wind blocker off. Whee! Lovely. Bye-bye. I didn't have my pizza last night. The place was closed. Crazy. Never mind though. Not too worried about it. I contemplated going down and getting something from the Cantonese. But I didn't in the end. If I had, I might have bumped into Big Bad Trev and his wife, who have been on the channel before. The subscribers are in the comments every single day. And yeah, they've been in a couple of videos in the past. Anyway, they're down for about 3 weeks. Haven't bumped into them just yet, but they said they tried the Cantonese house last night and they really, really enjoyed the food. They really, really liked it. Excellent. And then yesterday, they were in Dawlish and they said they'd have a go on the golf before it gets ripped to pieces. So what they did was they took a load of pictures of each of the animals, put them together in a collage and sent it to me to put on the channel. So without further ado, here we go. That's a combination of all the animals on the Crazy Golf in Dawlish, which is due at some point this month to be all ripped up. Not going to be destroyed per se. I don't think they're going to smash the animals up or anything, but it's going to be all taken down so they can access the sewage tanks underneath and hopefully be put back in place, hopefully, in a year or so's time. Yeah, that bit at the bottom there, that was on about yesterday. As I say, it's not quite as prominent as it was, the bits that have been knocked off of it. I think they'd gone out to sea or got buried under the sand. But anyway, when I first saw it and the people were on it, I really wanted to get a shot of it because it was everywhere. But never mind, more for me, more for me. Also, I was wondering to myself last night whether or not it's a possibility, because we've got summer coming on, maybe that's why we don't have quite so many birds up here in the bushes. Because when I first started coming up and seeing Rufus and feeding them, and there were loads of birds, it was sort of autumn last year, a couple of months before Christmas. So maybe it's the wrong time of year. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. I don't know enough about it. Much as it's all grown up, that's all stinging nettles. Not ideal. One tiny little birdie down there. Knock a bit off towards it. Ooh. So I might have a bit of that. Anyway, there's that one. There's that one. Moving too fast. Never mind. All good. Toot toot. Just heard that, but I probably missed it on the filming because I pressed the button a little bit too late. Go out this way today rather than walk back through that thick grass and climb underneath the tree bough. Wind, wind, wind. Wind blocker back on, I'm afraid, to walk back. Like I say, not making too much of a meal of the seawall part. Want to get down to the seafront. Hello. There we are, that was the seawall. Now I'm going to make our way along the seafront, have a look at something by the pier, and get up to the point. I've got a photo to show you up there. Oh, lots of stuff really, lots of stuff really. An update on the post office as well when we get there. Smashing. I just walked past the team bean, done my usual filming, got to this point here, realised my camera wasn't on. It's not very good, is it? Not very good at all. What have we got there? Oh, we swim between the red and yellow flags. Okay, I shall. There's our pier, what's left of it. Used to have a big ballroom on the end. Going to talk about that in a minute. We'll just carry on with panning around. Lovely. A little signage. Lovely. Air temperature 16 today apparently. Okay, fair enough. Overcast. Well, my weather app disagrees, but could be wrong. Right, I said we were going to talk about the end of the pier. The end of the pier we shall. Here we go. It used to be up there, and there was a ballroom, tea room, dance place up there. And of course, I've seen a few pictures of it. You see it in the distance in older pictures, but I've only seen a few pictures inside it, and it's not particularly detailed until this comes across the desk. It has two different dates attached to it, possibly 1914 or 1917. Anyway, here we go. So that is taken inside the old ballroom at the end of the pier. Lovely detailed, quality, sharp photo. Smashing. I say two possible dates attached to that, one or the other. Lovely. There we go, end of the pier. Different world. Not sure if the clouds are going to come out quite as dark and ominous as they are in reality on the phone, because it tends to brighten things up a lot. But it looks like it's got some rain up ahead. And of course you'll be relieved to know that I haven't got to walk past the tables, formerly known as Captain's tables, which are now conveniently located outside of Venus. Yay! Well, it is starting to rain, so I may not go all the way up to the end of the point like I was going to, but I'm definitely doing this one up by the lighthouse because I've come up here now, so I'm going to film it. There we go. I just want to get down there a little bit, line this up. Well, as I say, there's some work going on a little bit further up, preparing a hole in the wall. But on the 15th of January 2016, there's work going on here to repair the wall here. You can see that little sort of outcrop in the background. Here's the photo. Yeah, there we go. I've been at that on my desk for a while, been meaning to do it, never got round to it, but that was here. Anyway, smashing. And it's starting to rain now, so I'm going to put my hat on, take my glasses off because they're getting wet, and head back down towards the post office. Well, I did say it was due to start raining about 12, and it's 12:06, so not far off. There we go, hat and no glasses. And our first look at the state of the den after the fare left the other day. And to be honest, doesn't look too bad at all, does it really? Don't think you'd even know it was in there. No, you can see a few shapes and discolorations in the grass, but no huge muddy areas. Excellent. Right, I've got to get out of this rain. Right, I don't think this is due to abate immediately or anything. I think it's setting in, going to get worse now. As it did say on that weather forecast I showed you at the start. Showers, rain, heavy rain over the next few hours. Okay, could be wrong. Seems to be easing. Excellent. Still not working. They've done a bit of painting at the columns here, the front of the old cinema, looking much nicer. But again, what's it being used for now? Nothing. It's just a empty building. I don't even think the church is involved anymore. I remember when those signs used to be filled with the latest movies like Star Wars and Grease and James Bond films and loads of stuff to excite you. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, Post Office Teignmouth. Right, it's been on a list of possible closures. Not going to close, but on a list of possible ones. And it turns out it might be being saved by a franchise. Here's the little bit about it. And if you want to read the whole article, hopefully I'll be able to link it down in the description. But we should be keeping the post office under a franchise. Delightful light. Damp fountain in the rain. And checking on grills, see if there's anything on the door as to why they weren't open last night. No, nothing particular on the door. Maybe they just couldn't open last night for some reason. That's why they weren't on the Just Eat or anything you could do the online ordering. Never mind. All good. I didn't starve. And I'm going to look forward to it all the more next week. Yeah, rainy rains. Timed this quite well, didn't I? Never mind. Less than 10 minutes, I'll be home. Smashed in. Right, no long sign off today in this weather. Just say I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. For something or other, we'll do something. Don't know what. All good. Take care. Cheers for joining me. Gonna get dry. Bye.